Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Who's ready for playoffs? Who is ready for playoffs? I know I'm ready. I had to re-download OTP twice and Steam twice. Didn't realize that whatever issue Steam was having really threw me for a freaking loop. Um, so let's get some housekeeping out of the way so we can enjoy some baseball. The first round is best of five. We will not be watching every single game in the first round. Um, Basically, we will only be watching games where there is a clinch. Now, with that being said, there because I did put up the prediction, which will be the first stream game. You might be wondering why there's no tie option. That is because the tiebreaker, if for whatever because it's possible both sides will be 2-1 or 2-0. Whichever game starts first based on time, because obviously they don't start at the same time, that is a tiebreaker if we do get to that. But we will be watching every single game of the finals. So for those scoring at home, the maximum amount of games that we could watch is 11. The minimum would be 6. So we're going to be watching anywhere from 6 to 11 games. And I think that's all the housekeeping out of the way. Oh, well, I guess one other thing too. If this is your first time watching, do me a solid. Well, do the mods a solid, even though I don't have a mod here today. It's just me, myself, and I. Fill out the Twitch form. It takes like 2 seconds to fill out. It only asks for your PBE forum username and your Twitch username. The reason why we have that form, if you redeem, because we do have a 10,000 Twitch points, you turn that into 1,000,000 PBE bucks. I would hate for y'all to redeem that and the mods don't know who to pay or they give it to the wrong person. I'm sure you want your 1,000,000 PBE bucks and you don't want somebody else to have it. Now we got all the housekeeping out of the way. We're just going to go left to right. We're going to coast our way through till our first stream game. But we do have the West and the South 2-3, North and East the 1-4. First game of the day, West and South. Oh my. I'm going to assume Jose just hit a walk-off 3-run home run. Did Jose hit a 3-run walk-off home run? You bet he did. Oh my gosh. So there was a swinging strike, 5 foul balls, and then hits the walk-off 3-run home run. That is that a sign of things to come? Playoff Jose has not been a thing for the last few seasons. So the South on the board first, 1-0. In fact, let me pull this up so I can, because I'm going to forget from time to time. Let's go ahead and do that now so I don't forget. For the West, Jet Field 1-for-5, Backstop 1-for-4, Torrey with 2 walks, Murphy 3-for-4 with a walk and a run, Cohen 1-for-5 with an RBI and a run, and Buster 1-for-4. On the South, Jones 2-for-5 with 2 runs scored, Kominick 1-for-4, a walk and 2 runs. Man, Jose had 4 hits in this game. He was a double shy of the cycle, in fact, because he even got a triple. Del Vecchio 3-for-4, Soprano 1-for-4. Neither starting pitcher obviously will be in on the decision. Colt Falcon with the win, Chris Gamble with the loss. Jose obviously going to be player of the game. Go ahead and save. North and East. Oh man, lots of offense starting out. 31 hits in this game, and the North, the 4 seed, upsetting the East in game 1. 10-7. Warner 1-for-5 with a walk, 2 runs scored. Tralala 1-for-5, 2 RBIs and a run. Ganja Smoke 3 for 5 with an RBI. Justice 3 for 5, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. Banks and Saejima both with a couple hits. Also Cash Jr. with a couple hits. On the East, De Nostradam 1 for 5 with a run. Batsmith 3 for 5, 3 RBIs and a run. Big Boy 1 for 4 with a walk and a run. Sock 2 for 5 with a run. Jackson 1 for 4. Thunder and Johnson both going 2 for 4. Henderson 1 for 4. McKinley will get the win. Waffle the save. Weiser the blown save loss. Callum Justice, player of the game. Going for that 2 home runs for Justice in the winning effort. On to the next day. West and South, there's some scrub named Pickle pitching in this game. For the record, it's Webby's player, so I have the right to. I have special rights to call Webby a scrub. South 2-0. So, well, that pretty much seals. Let me pay out that prediction. In fact, let me close the prediction before somebody's like, I'm going to give me free points. I'm going to throw it in there. So no matter what, West and South, regardless of what happens in the second game, West and South will be the first stream game. So we'll go ahead and do that. And just to keep things rolling, we'll do this. Since we already know that's going to be our first stream game, let's get a prediction going for that particular game. And we'll keep it simple. Except for like 5 minutes. Will the South advance? That is your prediction. Another way of saying, who wins, but in a different way. I guess you could think about it that way. Will the South advance? Yes, meaning they're going to sweep. No, meaning they're not going to sweep. While y'all are working on that, we'll look at North and East. Actually, I didn't even look at the box score. Hold on. Let's go in here. For the West, Jeff Fuel 1 for 5. Backstop 1 for 3 with a run. Torrey 2 for 3. 2 RBIs, a walk, and a run. How did you interpret? Oh, like well, because we can't do multiple predictions at the same time. Hang on. Let me make that clearer. Let me delete it and rewrite it, because yeah, I can see where there could be a little bit of confusion there. You should have gotten your points back. Go ahead and refresh. There we go. Will the South sweep? Make it a little bit clearer. My apologies. For the West, continuing on, Barnum 1 for 3 with a walk. Murphy 1 for 4 with an RBI. Majima and Buster both going 1 for 4. On the South, Jones 1 for 4. Kominick 2 for 4 with a run. George 2 for 4 with a solo home run. 3 RBIs, a run total. Rose 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run. Falcon will take the win, but where strikes the loss. TJ George is your player of the game. Now we'll go ahead and look at North and East. And the East tie it up. So that series 1 game apiece. Which also means we're not going to watch maximum 11 games. Yay for me. Since I am by myself today, Chadwick could not make it because I had to change the time. You know what, Webby? Because I gave you a hard time earlier just for you. Reedman, no decision, 2 runs, 7 hits, 7 Ks, a walk, 5 1/3. You're gonna need to pitch more innings, Webby. You're two outs short of a quality start. Four hitter for East pitching over 3 pitchers. Warner, Ganja Smoke, Tralala, and Justice all getting hits for the North. On the East, Dano Serdam 1 for 3 with a walk. Bat Smith 1 for 3 with a solo home run. Big Boy and Sock going 2 for 4 with a run. And then Johnson 1 for 3. Trenson will take the win, Rock the loss, Garfield the save, Lucas Trenson, player of the game. And there should be a travel day here. Yep. That'll take us to our first game of the day. And how much, I got a little bit of time on that prediction. What I'm going to do first, because it really actually doesn't matter what order I go in. This is still the first stream game, so we already paid out that prediction. I'm going to quick sim this one, though, just so we can see, because we will be watching East and North next. Try kind of flip flop in case this does go to a game 4. Oh man. East threw a 4-hitter. North was like, nah, bro, we're gonna throw a 4-hitter ourselves. 12-0. 12-0. So the North, 1 game away from an upset. One of the bigger upsets we've had in Prospect League. Dano Stradom, Bat Smith, and Sock all getting hits. Everybody got on base for the North in some way, shape, or form. We're just gonna, 2 players with multiple home runs in this game. Warner with 2, Bleecker with 2. In fact, North hitting 5 home runs in this game. That's a lot to say, and I'll also point out that Bleecker had 6 RBIs. Feel free. I'm going to leave that on the screen while I take a sip of my coffee, because that's a lot to take in there. Boykins the win, massive unit the loss, Murphy the save, Brian Bleecker player of the game. And we did update the ticker on the top. All right, South looking for a sweep. It'll be Mark Jackson pitching for the South. Amos Rich pitching for the West. Last chance on the prediction. Got about less than a minute to get your points in. Apparently, nobody has faith in the West getting at least 1 win, apparently. I think a couple people snuck in some value bets on the West. Roof is closed, and Roof is closed. If I'm not mistaken, the West is playing at Coors Field, which has no roof. Oh well, we're just gonna roll with it. Whatever, the whatchamacallits are a mysterious team. It's a unicorn that's not holding a candy bar. I can joke because T-Dan was the one who chose our team names. All right. First stream game of our rookie showcase. Will somebody be busting out the brooms? Let's find out. Showtime Jones is going to lead off. And it's going to be a grounder right to the first baseman for out number 1. Next up will be Kamenik. Lazy pop up to right. 2 down. Jose got the flaming hot symbol next to his name, and he's going to get an infield hit. Is this the year that playoff Jose shows up? Is this the year? Jose going. Jose's like, I just want to go on to the finals. Thank you very much. Stolen base, runner at second, 2 outs. McClanahan still at the plate. And that's going to be a base hit. That could score Jose. He's going for home. And the South are on the board first, 1-0. McClanahan with the RBI single, first hit of the series for him. Now, George, that is deep, and it is gone. Dinger time for T.J. George, and the South have come out swinging. 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Bases are now empty with 2 outs. Delvecchio, slow roller to the third base side, out number 3, but South putting in the work. They have a early 3-0 lead. We'll see how the West responds. Jet Fuel leading off. Grounder to first, so toss to the pitcher covering for out number 1. Next up, McDykel. Down the line, fair ball's going to go to the corner, and it's going to be a 1-out double for McDykel. So runner at second base. In fact, let's see if I can find a different angle here so we can at least see the corners. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Still can't quite see the whole corner. In fact, I could probably scoot that over just a skosh. That one's already all the way back. Give you a little bit more of the field to see. 2-0 to backstop, and that is crushed, and that is gone. Do we have a home run derby on our hands? Dinger time for backstop. And the West, 3-2, trailing by a run in the bottom of the first. Only 1 out in the inning. Torrey, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 down. They'll bring up the catcher, Barnum. Fly ball to left field, playable, and caught for out number 3. West respond, 3-2. Lots of scoring in the first. Go to the second. Bottom of the order due up for the South. As Rose leading off, that's going to be a fly ball to left field for out number 1. Next up, Gambles. Chopper to short, 2 down. 9-hole hitter, Tony Soprano, line to left and caught. Left fielder didn't even really have to make a step. Same score, we'll go to the home half. 6-7-8 due up for the West. Murphy to lead off. Back to the pitcher, and they'll get there in time for out number 1. Now Cohen. That's to the gap. That's going to bounce off the wall. And Cohen with a stand-up 1-out double, tying run at second base early on as Majima draws the walk. First and second, 1 out. Buster to the plate. Grounder. There's one. Double play to get out of the jam. 6-4-3 twin killing leaves them stranded. Same score will go to the top of the third, top of the South order. Showtime Jones leads off with a base hit to right field. Next up will be Komanek. Grounder to third. There's one. Double play as well around the horn. 5-4-3 on that double play. Bases empty, 2 outs for Jose. Chopper to third, and they will make the play to end the top of the third. We'll go to the bottom half. Also top of the West order leading off here, Jet Fuel. Chopper kind of in a no man's land, and there's no play. Infield hit. So leadoff runner is on for the whatchamacallit. So I'll bring up McDykel. Bunt. And the only play is the first. The bunt is successful. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Backstop. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Next up will be Torrey, grounder to second, and they'll make the play to retire the side. West have been challenging to tie the game or even take the lead. Still down by one-third of the way through game three, as McGanahan will strike out to lead off the top of the fourth. Next up will be TJ George. And that's to the gap. That's going to one bounce off the wall. George with a one-out double. Home run and a double so far for George, 2 for 2. Del Vecchio to the plate, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs in the inning. They'll bring up Dalton Rose, grounder to the shortstop, and they'll get there in time for out number 3. Both sides leaving runners stranded in scoring position over the last inning and a half. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Barnum, the catcher, leading off, swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1 out in the inning brings up Murphy. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Jackson. Cohen is going to get one into right field for a base hit. So 2 out base runner at first for Majima. Called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Through 4, South still up by a run, looking to sweep their way into the finals, as they'll have Gambles leading off, hits that back to the pitcher for out number 1. Now Soprano, grounder to short, in time for out number 2. 2 down, nobody on, top of the order to Showtime Jones. And it's going to be a fly ball center field, a little bit of a run, but they'll make the play. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Halfway through, still a 3-2 ball game. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the West. Buster, swing and a miss, strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Jackson so far. Order will reset to jet fuel. And that's going to be down for a base hit. It's going to be cut off to avoid the double. So runner first, 1 out for McDykel. Runner going. Safe. Runner at second base now with 1 out. Grounder to third. It does move the runner. So be out at first, safe at third. Runner at third, 2 outs for backstop. And that gets away, and it's going to tie the game. It's going to be scored a wild pitch. And we got a brand new ball game, 3-all, as backstop draws the walk. Runner at first, 2 outs for Torrey. Grounder to short, and they're going to get the force at second base to retire the side. The West finally get the job done. 3-all. We go to the 6th. 2, 3, 4 due up, including Jose, second up in the inning. Kominick, grounder to third, out number 1. Now Jose. Jose with a base hit. So runner at first with 1 out, McGanahan back up. Runner going, and Jose. Jose got a little greedy. Out by about 3 country mile. Nobody on, 2 outs. Chopper to third, and that will retire the side. Since the 3 runs in the top of the first, South have come up empty. Go to the bottom of the inning. Barnum, grounder to the shortstop, 1 out. Murphy. Ooh, that might be an infield hit, and it is. Just barely beats the throw. 1 out infield hit for Murphy. Runner aboard for Cohen. Deep left, and it gets by the left fielder. The runner first had to check up to make sure it wasn't caught, so we'll have second and third. 1 out. West looking to get their first lead of the ball game. Majima through the hole in left field. There's 1. The second runner coming around. Throw to the plate is cut off. 2 RBI single for Majima. West have taken the lead 5-3. Still only 1 out in the inning. And that's blooped into right field by Buster. First and second, 1 out, top of the order to jet fuel. Grounder to third. There's one. They're going to get the double play around the horn. That will retire the side, but not before. West getting 2 more runs. They now lead 5-3, and for them, a go or go home situation. George leading off the top of the 7th for the South. How will the South respond? That's a pop-up in the infield for out number 1. Del Vecchio did not go around. So runner first, 1 out. Dalton Rose represents tying run. Chris Gamble, new pitcher for the West, and that is going to be in the gap. It's going to 1 bounce off the wall. Runner from first is going to try to score, and does. Dalton Rose with an RBI double, and all of a sudden, 5-4, tying run at second base with 1 out. As Gamble's fly ball to center field, that is caught for out number 1. Runner's going to tag and go to third. So runner at third, 2 outs for Soprano. Swing and a miss, strike 3. South do scratch back a run at the stretch. West up 5-4. 2-3-4 due up in the bottom of the 7th. McDykel, that's going to be down for a base hit. Leadoff single. Next up will be backstop. Fly ball to center field. That's caught for the first out. Runner still at first base. Now Torrey, ground ball, gets by the shortstop. And it's going to be a single. First and second, 1 out. Brings up Barnum. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs in the inning. Murphy. Called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. West leave a couple stranded there, looking for some insurance. Still a 1-run lead, top of the 8th, top of the South order. Jones called strike 3 on the outside corner. 1 out in the inning for Kominick. And what a play by the second baseman, but he's not going to make the throw in time. So that's going to be scored an infield hit for Kominick. Runner aboard, 1 out. Jose to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 outs now in the inning as McCanahan lined and caught in the hot corner at third. South running out of opportunities to complete the sweep. They will have 3 more outs in the top of the 9th. Meanwhile, bottom of the 8th, West looking to get some insurance. Cohen lines that to the shortstop for the first out. Now Majima, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. That'll bring up Buster. Line to left, but it's going to be hanging in enough time for the left fielder to make the catch. 1-2-3 inning. 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead and force bomb of the 9th for the South. 5-6-7 due up. George leading off. And that is going to be extra bases. 1 bounce off the wall. George with a leadoff double, and just like that, the tying run at second base with no outs. As Del Vecchio, fly ball to right field, that's playable. It's going to be caught. Runner is going to tag, so now the tying run is 90 feet away with 1 out. Dalton Rose, the catcher, popped up by the first base bag, and it's going to be caught. Down to their final out. It'll be Pookie Gamble's. Base hit, and we're tied. Gamble's ties it up with the RBI single. Winning run on base at first. 2 outs. Soprano grounded to the shortstop, and they'll go to first with it for the 3rd out. We are tied heading to the bottom of the 9th. West with their backs against the wall. It's going to be top of the order, Jet Fuel. And it's going to be a lazy grounder to second for the first out. What are the odds on the longest stream on the PBE schedule? We're going to have free baseball. As McDykel swinging a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Now backstop. Hits that to deep right, and it's going to go over the right field. It says it's going to 1 bounce off the wall. The winning run will be in scoring position. 2 outs in the inning. Trevor Torrey to the plate. Fly ball to center field, and they're going to make the grab on the run. And here in game 3, free baseball. We'll go on to the 10th. Top of the order, Jones. Chopper to the shortstop. Out number 1. Next up will be Kominick. Back to the pitcher. 2 down. And Jose to the plate. Jose grounder to first, unassisted. 1, 2, 3 inning for the South. West are going to send up 5, 6, 7. They're looking for a walk-off to force a game 4. Barnum. Base hit, winning run is aboard. Runner at first, no outs. Murphy, grounder to first. They're going to tag first, and they're going to get the double play. A rare 3-6 twin killing. And that clears the bases with 2 outs. As Cohen, chopper to third, and will go on to play in 11th. Still tied at 5. Heart of the South order due up. McGanahan to the plate. Liner to right, caught. 1 out. Next up, George. Fly ball to left. 2 outs. Now Del Vecchio. Fly ball to center field. Caught for out number 3. Another 1, 2, 3 inning. Another chance for the West to walk it off. 8-9-1 due here in the bottom of the 11th. Majima leading off. It takes it in the back, and again the West will have the winning run aboard with no outs. Runner going, and now the winning run's in scoring position with no outs. Buster still at the plate. Popped up, and that'll be the first out. Top of the order, Jet Fuel. Fly ball to left field. 2 outs. West really just need a base hit to win it. McDykel. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and we will go on to a 12th. We'll go on to a 12th inning. 7, 8, 9 due up for the South, who have not gotten on base at all in extras so far. Well, now they will. Dalton Rose takes that in the back. Leadoff runner aboard. Gambles did not go around. So a hit by pitch and a walk. First and second, no outs. Tony Soprano. Bunt back to the pitcher. They're going to get the out at third, and they're going to get the double play. I don't know if I've ever seen that in OTP. I believe that would be a 1-5-3 double play. Just when you think you've seen it all, as Jones will take the walk, first and second, 2 outs, and that's another walk to Kominick. Oh, brother, bases loaded, 2 outs for Jose. That's deep, and it is gone! Playoff Jose has shown up, and he has shown up big, a grand slam! 9-5 South. In the top of the 12th. Jose with a walk-off home run in game 1, and he may have just put the dagger in the top of the 12th. On the day that Punk is not here, I'm going to need to ping Punk and be like, Playoff Jose has finally shown up in like the first time in like 5 seasons of Prospect League. As backstop, that is going to be oh man, we're just seeing all the weird animations in this game. That's a ground rule double. Torrey's going to ground out on the right side of the infield, move the runner to third with 1 out. Barnum, grounder, that's smothered, but they're going to make the play. The run will score. It is 9-6. 2 outs. Murphy, swing and a miss, and the South, really thanks to Jose. Jose had 2 home runs, 8 RBIs in the series. South will bust out the brooms, and they will get the sweep done. 9-6, and that's going to be one. I'm going to remember that one. I'm going to remember that. That game. Oh man. Go ahead and update our ticker there. So one team has punched their ticket to the finals. Rylan Moffat will take the win in relief. Holman the loss. Do we even have to guess who the player of the game is? Jose. Jose, player of the game, and because I always forget to do this, I would be shocked if Jose wasn't the series MVP. Jose series MVP. Absolutely not surprised. So the South have punched their ticket to the championship. Who will be the other team to advance? As I get my screens correct. There we go. Also, let me pay out that prediction before I forget. Sorry to the people who bet no. I was hoping that y'all would get your value bet. I'm a big proponent for the value bet, but OTP was like, "Nuh-uh." Yes, get the prediction. Let's go ahead and advance the day. And I'm trying to think of how I want to word this. How do I want to word this? We'll do it this way. Keep it simple-ish. The options are simple. The question maybe not so much, but will East force a game 5? Will East force a game 5? We'll give y'all a couple minutes on that, and I'm going to give my voice a break because we still got a lot of baseball to call. Give y'all about another 30 seconds to a minute on that prediction. We'll set the stage here. North looking to upset the 1 seed. They're up 2-1. North is also our defending champs. They won last season. Winner, whichever team wins, their team name and all that good stuff rolls over. Obviously, the prospects will be different because, new draft class. East won in what was a forced game 55 to get that 1 seed. Will we see a 1-2 matchup in the finals, being that the South was the 2 seed winning in that sweep? Or will the North pull off the upset and we will have a 2-4 matchup in the finals? North plays at Wrigley Field. I remember that. It'll be two of our NPC pitchers in this one. Muffin Healer for the East, Barry Balls for the North. Last call on the prediction. Last call. I don't see any movement, so let me go ahead and close that. And we'll get into it. Alrighty. East needs to win out. North just needs to win one. Let's head to the ballpark. De Nostradam leading off, and it's going to be a leadoff walk. Runner at first, no outs. Brings up Batsmith. Runner going. Runner is safe. Runner at second, no outs. Batsmith grounder to second, does move the runner to third. So runner at third base with one out gets base hit to center field. East strike first. They are on the board 1-0. Now, big boy, strike three called in the outside part of the plate. 2 outs in the inning brings up Sock. Runner going. Has about 2 stolen bases in this inning alone for the East. So another runner in scoring position situation is Sock with a base at center field. That's going to score the runner 2-0. So runner at first, 2 outs. Brings up Jackson. Slow roller in front of home plate. And they'll get the out at first. East, though, getting 2 in the top of the first. See how the North respond. It'll be Warner leading off. And that's to the gap. And it's almost a diving attempt. It's going to be a double for Warner to lead it off. Thornton Jr. Fly ball right field. That is playable and caught for the first out. Now, Ganja. Base hit to left. Runner did have to hold up to make sure it wasn't going to be caught. So runners in the corners. 1 out for Tralala. Base hit up the middle is 2-1. First and second with 1 out. Brings up Callum Justice. Ground ball, there's one. Double play to retire the side. North do get a run on the board. 2-1 East. Top second now, bottom of the order. As Thunder hits that to right field down the right field line, it's going to be caught for out number 1. Next up will be Johnson. That's deeper, but not deep enough. Out number 2. Henderson, the catcher, hits that to deep center, but also not deep enough, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Home half of the second now. 6, 7, 8 due up for the Eggnogs as Bleeker pops that up in the infield. They're going to make the second baseman run all the way almost to home plate to make the catch. 1 out. Banks hits that to center field, and that is caught for out number 2. Sajima, slow roller in front of home plate, and that's going to be an infield hit. Runner at first, 2 outs. Cash Jr. now, swing and a miss, strike 3. North will leave a runner stranded through 2. It's 2-1, top of the East order here in the third. Lined and caught by first baseman. Next up will be Batsmith. Draws the walk. Runner at first. 1 out. Gets the hitter. Popped it up. Shortstop under it makes the catch. So runner first, 2 outs. Big boy. Fly ball to right field and caught for out number 3. It's going to be the top of the North order due up here in the bottom of the third. Warner. Grounder to third. Out number 1. Next up will be Thornton Jr. That's hit pretty well, but it's going to stay in the park. Caught for out number 2. Now Ganja. Fly ball center field. Caught for out number 3. A lot of flyouts early on. Top of the fourth now. Sock leading off. Hard hit right at the first baseman, though, for the first out. Next up, Jackson. That is going to be down for a base hit. Runner aboard, 1 out. Thunder. That is hit deep, and this one is gone. East extend the lead. Dinger time for Dan Thunder. 4-1 in the top of the fourth. As Johnson grounded to third, that's bobbled. Fumble bumble. Runner first, 1 out on the error. Fly ball center field, caught on the run by Henderson. Top of the order, Dano Serdam, runner going. Runner is safe. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. East, however, extend the lead. They're up by 3, trying to force a game 5. Go to the bottom of the inning. Tra-la-la. Grounder to second. Out number 1. Next up will be Justice. And that's going to be down for a base hit. Runner at first, 1 out. Now Bleeker. That gets away. The runner is going to go to second on the wild pitch. Inside ball 4. First and second, 1 out for Banks. And it's down the line, fair ball. It's going to go to the corner. 1 run scores. Second runner is going to try to score as well and does. 2 RBI double for Banks, and the North respond with 2 of their own. The tying run at second base with 1 out. As Sajima will ground that to second, moves the runner to third. So runner at third, 2 outs for Cash Jr. Fly ball, right field, long run, caught in foul ground. Well, both sides with 2 runs in the fourth. We are back to a 1-run lead for the East. Top of the 5th. Bat Smith. Fly ball deep left center and caught for the first out. Next up will be Getz. Chopper to the shortstop. 2 down in the inning. Now the cleanup hitter, Big Boy. Grounder to third. And it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. We're halfway through game 4. East up by a run, trying to force a winner-take-all game 5. Top of the order for the North in the bottom of the 5th. Warner. Grounder to the second baseman for out number 1. Next up, Thornton Jr. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Now Ganja. Grounder to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 6th, it'll be Sock leading off. Draws the walk outside. Leadoff runner on for the Doodads. Jackson, liner to left, caught though on a rope. So 1 out for Thunder. Chopper to the shortstop, and it is bobbled. They're going to score that in E6. First and second, 1 out for Johnson. And that gets away. Second and third, 1 out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Henderson, slow roller, almost in a no man's land, but they're going to make it there in time for the out. No one will score. Still a 4-3 ball game. We go to the home half. Heart of the North order. Tra-la-la. Popped up in the infield. Third baseman will make the catch for out number 1. Now Justice. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down. Bleeker. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Healer had 2 strikeouts heading into the 6th. Gets 2 in the 6th inning. 4-3 East. Top 7, top of the order. De Nostradam. Base hit to center field to lead it off. East looking for some insurance. Batsmith. Runner going. And another stolen base for De Nostradam. Runner in scoring position with no outs. Ball 4. First and second now with no outs. Swing and a miss by Getz. 1 out. Big boy. Runner going. Safe at third. I'm honestly surprised the AI didn't want to try to do a double steal there. Runners in the corners. 1 out. Big boy still at the plate. Back to the pitcher. There's one double play. How's about a 1-6-3 twin killing? We'll go on to the bottom of the 7th at the stretch. Still a 4-3 game. As Banks draws the leadoff walk. Tying run is aboard for the North with no outs. Swing and a miss by Saejima. 1 out. Cash Jr. Runner going. Safe. Tying run is now at second base with 1 out. Went around, strike 3. 2 outs. Runner at second, top of the order to Warner. Fly ball to right field, playable, and it is caught for the 3rd out. North leaving the tying run stranded. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Sock leading off, grounder to third. Great play over in the hot corner. 1 out, Jackson. Chopper to the shortstop. 2nd out. Nobody on for Thunder. Ball 4. So runner first now for Johnson. Runner going. Safe. Runner at second, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. No insurance for the East. They're still up by a run. 2-3-4 due up for the North. Thornton Jr. Base hit down the right field line. They're going to keep it to a single. Tying run is at first base. No outs. Ganja popped it up. And it'll be caught on the first base line for the first out of the inning. Tra-la-la. Base hit. Runner's going to hold up at second base. So the tying run at second base, leading run at first base with 1 out. Callum Justice now to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 outs. Now Bleeker. Base hit up the middle. The runner is going to try to... No, they're going to hold the runner. They're going to hold the runner at third base. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Robin Banks, who swings and misses for strike 3. Oh, man, the North will leave them bases loaded, stranded. They'll have one last chance to punch their ticket. Top of the 9th, popped up. Henderson makes the catch, 1 down. Top of the order, De Nostradam. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Now, Batsmith, base hit to right field, so a 2-out base runner for the Doodads. This gets kind of almost in a no man's land, but they'll make the play. 1 to tie, 2 to go to the finals if you are the North. 8-9-1 in the inning. Saejima, fly ball to left. That is caught for out number 1. Now Cash Jr. That's going to be down for a base hit. Tying run is aboard. Warner represents the winning run with 1 out. Fly ball to center. They're playing no doubles defense. That's caught. Runner's going to tag and go to second base. Could that be pivotal? Tying run is now in scoring position with 2 outs. Base hit from Thornton Jr. here could tie it. But it's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and we'll have a game 5. North. Oh, so close. But we're going to have a game 5. Healer will take the win. Balls lost. Weiser the save. Muffin Healer is your player of the game. Go ahead and pay out that prediction. And the value bets get it this time. The answer this time is yes. East do force the game 5. And we're going to keep this very simple. Who moves on? Who moves on? North or East? Winner take all game 5. Since the East are the 1 seed, they will have home field. Daithi Kennedy Thanon will take the bump for the North. Froggy Dubois for the East. Three games rest, but there was also 2 travel days in between 2 and 3, and in between 4 and 5. So Froggy is on regular rest. Last chance on the prediction. Last chance on the prediction. I should also note, just as a little bit of a heads up, there'll be no pitcher. As far as the starting pitching, no starting pitcher will be pitching on short rest. We have it set up where it's strict, just like in regular PBE. Now, the only difference when it comes to playoffs, usually in PBE, regular PBE playoffs, there'd be a 3-man rotation. Whereas in this case, it's the same 4 people. So in this game 5, both sides' aces are starting. Now, I will point out, it's blocked on the bottom, so y'all can't see it, but I can. Kennedy against the East, 0-4 with, shall we say, a devilish 6.66 ERA against the East. Froggy 4-0 against the North, 4.13 ERA. And if my memory serves me correctly, East play at Truist Park, which is rough for this particular Phillies fan because I'm obligated not to like the Braves in real life. But it could be worse. It could be the Mets, or as I like to call them, the Lowell Mets. Nobody wants to throw like 10 points into the North. You got like less than a minute because I talk so much. Doesn't look like it. Oh, well, no. Nope, never mind. I'm gonna let that prediction run out. Let's go ahead and go to the park. It'll be Warner leading off against Dubois. And it's going to be a grounder to third for the first out. Next up will be Thornton. Draws a walk, runner first, one out. Brings up Tralala. Swing and a miss. It gets away. Runner to second. That's going to be scored a passed ball. And Tralala will strike out. 2 outs. Runner at second. As Ganja gets down a base hit. It was 2 outs. The runner was going. And it's going to be a RBI single. North strikes first. 1-0. Every game we've had on stream so far, we've had at least 1 run in the first inning. And that gets away. That's going to be scored a wild pitch this time. Runner at second now with 2 outs. And it's a swing and a miss by Justice. North on the board first, 1-0. How will the East respond? De Nostradam leading off. Went around strike 3. So nobody on 1 out for Batsmith. Fly ball to right. Caught. 2 outs. As Getz grounded to the shortstop. 1-2-3 inning for the East. So North with a 1-run lead heading to the second. As Bleeker fly ball left, caught for the first out. Next up will be Banks. Grounder. And 2 away. Brings up Saijima. Draws the walk. Inning will continue on. They'll bring up Cash Jr. with a runner at first. Popped up in the infield. And caught for out number 3. 4-5-6 deal for the East in the bottom of the second. Big boy takes that in the back, so leadoff runner will be aboard. Runner at first now for Sock. And a smother at first base, and they're not going to make the play. It's an infield hit. First and second, no outs as Jackson bloops that into center field for a base hit. Everybody had to hold up, though, so the bases are juiced. No outs. Dan Thunder. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Still only 1 out in the inning, however, as Johnson grounded to first. There's one. Double play to get out of the jam. 3-6-3, and the East will come up with nothing. We'll go to the top of the third, and Warner draws leadoff walk. Thornton Jr. runner going. Safe. So now no outs, runner at second. Fly ball deep center. It's caught in front of the track. Runner will not tag and go to third. So 1 out. Runner holds at second. Tralala. Fly ball left field. 2 outs. It's Ganja. That gets away. That's going to be a second passed ball on Henderson in this game. As that's a base hit, it's going to extend the North lead 2-0. So runner at first with 2 outs. Justice now up. Swing and a miss, strike 3. North doubles the lead. They're up by a couple. 9-1-2 due up here in the bottom of the third as Henderson swing and a miss, strike 3. Top of the order now, De Nostradam. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 strikeouts already for Kennedy. As Bat Smith, that's going to be down for a base hit. Inning will continue. They'll bring up Getz. Called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. 5 strikeouts for Kennedy. North up by 2, top 4. Bleeker. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 out. Banks. Fly ball left field playable. And out number 2. Saejima. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1-2-3 inning. Heart of the East order, Big Boy, Sock, and Jackson. As Big Boy hits that to left center, but they were kind of shaded towards the alley, so caught for out number 1. Next up will be Sock. Did not go around, ball 4. So runner on with 1 out. Runner going on the swing. Takes away the double play as Jackson will ground into the ground out. Runner at second with 2 outs. Thunder. Grounder to first, and they'll take it unassisted to end the inning. Same score. We'll go to the top of the 5th. 9-1-2 up for the North. Cash Jr. leading off, and it's going to be a fly ball center field. Long run, but makes the catch. 1 out. Top of the order to Warner. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Thornton Jr. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to retire the side. Halfway through, winner take all game 5. North up 2-0. It's Johnson leading off for the East. That's almost like a swinging bunt, and they'll make the play for the first out. Now the catcher, Henderson. Grounder to the shortstop. Out number 2. Order will reset to De Nostradam. And that's going to be down for a base hit. That'll allow Bat Smith to the plate. Runner going. Safe. Runner at second, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And they'll leave the runner stranded at second. 3-4-5. Tralala due up here in the 6th. Grounder to the second baseman for out number 1. Ganja popped up. They're going to make the second baseman run all the way to the first base line. 2 outs. First baseman Justice, base hit up the middle. Third hit of the game for the North. Brings up Bleeker. And that's a base hit to right. Justice going to third. And they're going to go to second, and he's out. The newest animation in OTP 26, and the one that yours truly absolutely hates seeing every time, regardless of if I'm even personally involved in the game. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Getz with the leadoff walk. Runner first, no out, swing and a miss by Big Boy. And now Sock, grounder to second. That will go to first with it. So 2 outs. Runner at second base again for the East. As Jackson fly ball center field, caught for out number 3. East leave yet another runner stranded in scoring position. But still only down by 2. It is not over yet. Top of the 7th. Banks called, strike 3. 1 out for Saejima. Fly ball left, caught for the second out. Now the left fielder, Cash Jr. Grounder to the shortstop, and it is going to be a 1-2-3 inning. At the stretch, I think it's safe to say we got a pitcher's duel in progress. 2-0. North trying to pull off the upset. It'll be Thunder to lead off the home half of the seventh. Fly ball to center field, 1 out. Next up will be Johnson. Fly ball to deep center as well, and it is a leaping grab in center field by Tra-la-la. Stealing extra bases. 2 outs, nobody on. Henderson. Fly ball to center field, and this one is gone! Safe to say Henderson has made up for the 2 pass balls back in the first and the third. Cuts the deficit in half. It is now 2-1 North. Top of the order, De Nostradam. That is it for Kennedy. Almost got 7 shutout innings as De Nostradam grounds out. 2-1 North. Crunch time. Top of the 8th. Can they get some insurance? Warner to lead off. Fly ball to center field. Caught for the first out. Thornton Jr. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 outs. Tra-la-la. Fly ball center field. Caught. 1-2-3 inning. Both teams into their bullpens at this point. Go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Bat Smith leading off against Al Duggar. And it's going to be a base hit. Tying run is aboard with no outs. Swing and a miss by Getz. 1 down. Next up, Big Boy facing new pitcher John Waffle. And that's a base hit to right field. Tying run in scoring position. Leading run is aboard. They're going to try to have Waffle complete a 5-out save. Got their work cut out for him. Popped up by Sock. That's a 2nd out. Can they get out of the jam with nothing? Jackson, grounder to first, and they will, unassisted. 2 left stranded for the East. They will have one last chance in the bottom of the 9th. We'll go to the top of the 9th, heart of the North order. Is Ganja fly ball, that's going to be down actually into the gap. 1 bounce off the wall. Lead off double. So insurance run at second base is just a swing and a miss. 1 out, runner still in scoring position. Bleeker, swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs for Banks, grounder to the shortstop, and they will go to first in time. It is rally cap time for the East. 1 to force extras, 2 to go to the finals. 7, 8, 9 due up. Thunder, grounder to first, a hot shot, unassisted, 1 out. Now Johnson. And that's going to be a base hit. The tying run is aboard. Henderson to the plate represents the winning run. 1 out in the inning. Runner going. And now the tying run is at second base with 1 out. Will that be a pivotal stolen base for Johnson? Swinging bunt. Runner does go to third. Out at first. So the tying run is at third base. Down to their final out. And wouldn't you know it, it's the commissions player up. De Nostradam at the plate. And it's a grounder to second. And the North will complete the upset. The North will complete the upset 2-1, and John Waffle will get the 5-out save. The 4 has upset the 1. Kennedy basically throwing a gem. I mean, you still gave up the home run, but still considered a gem in my book. They'll take the win. Froggy Dubois will take the loss. John Waffle, 2nd save of the series. Kennedy is your player of the game. go ahead and pay out that prediction north. See, whoever listened to me at the last moment, you're welcome. You got some points because of me. Lost old man, I see you. Oh, you're trying to do what I do. You're trying to do. You know what? I got an idea. I think I know what I could do to fulfill your wishes. But before I forget, hold on. Let me go ahead and y'all get to look at this for a moment while I update our ticker, so it doesn't look all weird and messy. Interestingly enough, this is going to be basically a rivalry: North versus South. North versus South in our final. North looking to go back to back. When was the last time the South won it all? South are actually on a little. Can the South get out of the drought? They have actually not won Prospect League in 11 seasons. In fact, I want to say this is the one of the seasons that we've had a tie. That's right. So the South and North, this was one of the two seasons before this one where a game 55 was forced. Maybe that's the arc for the South. They got to force a game 55 and all of a sudden boom, they're in the finals. There should be a travel day also before I forget again, because I tend to forget. Who is the MVP? Sweet Sweet Ganja Smoke, Series MVP for the North and the East. This could be an interesting series. North with a little bit of momentum heading into this final, and then for the South, our story early on in the stream, playoff Jose has shown up. Let's see. I'm gonna leave it on this screen because this way you can see the pictures. Because that will be our. Because a lost old man wants to give away some points, so I'm gonna hope he's gonna go tie on this one. So it's gonna be better pitcher game score. In fact, throwing starting pitcher, even though only starting pitchers get a game score, but just to be clear, because it's technically possible that they can tie, but it's highly improbable. So to give a lost old man a chance to give points to the people, because we love giving points to our new friends. There you go. So lost old man, there you go. I gave you an avenue. Go bet on tie, because that's what I do when I want to give points to people. But I will leave it on this screen so you can see the starting pitchers, since that does relate to our prediction. It'll be Doc Rock for the North, Keith Hamilton for the South. Now, one thing I do want to point out very casually, because this may or may not make a difference in this series, the North had to force a game 5. So the North are on their second pitcher in the rotation. Meanwhile, the South swept. So their starting pitcher is their 4th starter. In other words, the ace for the South is not going to be pitching until game 2, which then means they will be pitching game 2 and game 6 if we get that far. Y'all better get on the prediction. There's 1 million PBE dollars worth of points on tie at the moment. Somebody might want to, take a gamble, throw like 10 points on North. Get out of here with about 14,000 Twitch points. Unless more people bet between now and then. And as mentioned, we'll be watching every single game for the rest of the way. Every single game we'll be watching. Nobody wants to put some Twitch points in North. Nobody thinks North starting pitch is gonna be better. Pull up the side by side now, since y'all have had enough time to see who's pitching. Now the South play at Globe Life Park, which has a roof, so this time it makes sense that it says the roof's closed. I'm trying to remember what part of what I think you're the second or third pitcher. So yes, you will get to see Pickle throw pickles at people. Somebody needs. I would be so upset if North ends up winning the prediction and nobody gets any points. Because that'd be a shame. We don't need the house winning points, especially with as many points as we have in the prediction. Oh well. Fair enough. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. All right. Game 1 of our championship. It'll be Warner leading off against Keith Hamilton. Hot shot to third, but they'll make the play. 1 down. Now I'll bring up Thornton Jr. Grounder to first, unassisted, 2 outs. Now Ganja, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1-2-3 inning. 1-2-3 due up for the South, including Jose. But first, Showtime Jones, base hit to center field. Leadoff runner is on with no outs. Komanek. Grounder to third, only plays to first. 1 out, runner goes to second with Jose to the plate. And it's popped up shallow center, caught for out number 2. Now bring up McGanahan. Ball 4. First and second, 2 outs. Tony George. Swing and a miss, strike 3. South leave a couple stranded for the first time all stream. No one gets a run in the first inning. We'll go to the second. Tra-la-la. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Now Callum Justice, the first baseman. Fly ball center field. Caught, 2 down. Next up's going to be Bleeker. Called. Strike 3 on the inside corner. It's another 1-2-3 inning for the North. Bottom second now. Del Vecchio drawing the leadoff walk. Leadoff runner is aboard for Dalton Rose. Ball 4 inside. Back-to-back walks. First and second now for Gambles. Base hit up the middle. Runner from second's going to try to score, and it is cut off. They will score. Everybody gets a free bag on the throw to home. RBI single for Gambles. Second and third, no outs for the South. As Soprano pops that sky high in the infield. Infield flyer will be in effect. One out in the inning. Top of the order to Jones. Ball 4. 4 walks. I believe 3 walks in this inning for Rock. Bases loaded, 1 out. Cominick, swing and a miss, strike 3. Jose has 1 grand slam on this stream today, and instead it's going to be a balk. It is going to be a balk to bring in a run. 2-0, second and third with 2 outs. Strike 3 called to Jose. I was wondering when we were going to see a balk. We're watching enough baseball today to run into one. Unfortunately for the South, for the North, it cost a run. 2-0 South, top third. Banks grounds out on the right side. 1 out for Saejima. Fly ball deep right, still going back, but caught in front of the track. 2 down. Cash Jr. Grounder to third. Great play, but not going to be in time. First base runner for the North. Go to the top of the order in Warner. Swing and a miss, strike 3. South up by 2. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 4, 5, 6. Do up for the thingamabobs. As McGanahan flyer to right. 1 out. Next up, George. Did not go around ball 4. 5th walk for Rock. Runner first. As Del Vecchio hits that to center field, but it'll be caught for the 2nd out. Now the catcher, Dalton Rose, base hit up the middle. Runner's going to go to third. Runners in the corners. 2 outs. As Gambles, that gets away, and that's going to bring in another run. 3-0 South here in the bottom of the third. Runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. As Gambles lines that to right, but it'll hang in time to be caught. South tack on another. They're up by 3. We'll go to the 4th. Thornton Jr. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 out. And now Ganja. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Tra-la-la. Fly ball deep left field, and it is gone. Tralalero tra-la-la with a solo home run, an opposite field dinger. North on the board. Down by 2 still, 3-1. As Justice puts down a base hit. Runner first, 2 outs. Now Bleeker, grounder to third. They're going to go to second with the force to end the inning. North, however, do trim that deficit by 1 run. Down by 2. It will be 9-1 and the 2-hitter for the South as Soprano draws the leadoff walk. 6 walks now for Rock. And that's it. He's taken out already Duggar. New pitcher. It's going to be a double play. 6-4-3 double play off the bat of Jones. Bases empty, 2 outs. As Cominick, that's to the gap. That's going to 1 bounce off the wall. So runner at second base with 2 outs. Jose, second time up for him. Or third time, I should say. And it's a grounder to first for out number 3. Same score will go to the top of the 5th here in game 1. Bottom of the North order. Banks to lead off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 out. Saejima. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 outs. Cash Jr. Grounder to the shortstop. In time for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning. We're halfway through game 1. South up by 2. And they'll be sending up the heart of their order. to lead off the fifth. As McGanahan draws the leadoff walk. South has been very patient at the plate today. I believe that's their 7th walk as a team. And George base hit up the middle. First and second with no outs. Tony Del Vecchio now to the plate. Strike 3 called. So 1 out in the inning. New pitcher Skinster McKinley grounded to third, or short, I should say. They'll only get the out at second base off the bat of Rose. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Pookie gambles. And that is going to be down for a base hit. A run will score, and runner will go to third. Runners still in the corners with 2 outs. 4-1 South. And Soprano down the line to the corner. 1 runs around. Second runner is going to hold up. RBI double for Soprano. 5-1 South. Top of the order now to Jones. Swing and a miss, strike 3. South tack on 2 more. Lead is now up to 4. Going to the 6th inning. Top of the North order, it'll be Warner. Grounded right at the first baseman, 1 out. Next up will be Thornton Jr. Liner to right, caught, 2 down. Next up, Ganja. And that is going to be extra bases. It's going to go off the wall. 2 out double. And they'll bring up the only player to generate a run for the North, Tralala. Ball 4. First and second. 2 outs for Justice. Matt Komtowski is the new pitcher, and that's going to go to the gap. It's going to 1 bounce off the wall. Justice with a 2 RBI double cuts the deficit in half. It is now 5-3 South. Bleeker with a big hit here could tie the game. Fly ball to left, and that is caught for the 3rd out. However, the North respond back with 2 of their own. They trail 5-3 going to the home half. Komanek leading off for the South. And it's going to be a fly ball to right field. Caught, 1 out. Now Jose, base hit opposite way. So Jose with his first hit of the game. Runner at first for McGanahan. Back to the pitcher. They're going to get the out at second. They're not going to try for first. So it'll be a fielder's choice. 2 outs. Runner still at first base. George popped up behind the first base bag and caught for out number 3. Same score off to the 7th. Bottom of the order for the North, Banks. And that's going to be a slow roller, out number 1. Sajima called, strike 3 on the outside corner. And now the 9-hole hitter, Cash Jr., swing and a miss, strike 3, 1-2-3 inning. At the stretch in game 1, South up 5-3. And now Del Vecchio leading off, facing new pitcher Kevin West. Called, strike 3. 1 out, nobody on. Dalton Rose popped that up right behind second base and caught. 2 down. Gambles, fly ball center field, that's playable, and caught. 1-2-3 inning for the South as well. North running out of time. They want to make things even more interesting. 5-3. South up front. Warner leading off. Draws the walk. So runner at first, no outs. Thornton Jr. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's Ganja, base hit to center field. So the tying run is going to be at first base with 1 out. Tralala represents the leading run, has the only home run that we've seen in this game so far, and that's going to be a base hit. Runners did have to hold up to make sure it wasn't going to be caught. Bases loaded, 1 out for Callum Justice. And that is a fly ball. Is that going to be deep enough to bring in a run? It is not. They're not going to send the runner. So now 2 outs is a force at every plate. Bleeker Ground ball, and they're going to go to first with it. I thought they were going to go to second there momentarily, but the North will leave them loaded. They'll have one last chance to make something happen in game one. South, meanwhile, looking for some more insurance as Soprano draws the leadoff walk. Top of the order to Jones. Fly ball left field, that's going to go foul. And this time it's going to be a base hit to right field. First two batters aboard. Komanek. Fly ball deep center. That's going to be caught. Runner will tag at second and go to third. Runners in the corners, one out for Jose. And Jose with a base hit. 9th RBI of the postseason for Jose. 6-3 South. Still only one out in the inning with first and second. McGanahan. That's going to be to the gap. One bounce over the wall. A ground rule double. A run will score. 7-3. Second and third as George pops that up. Infield fly. 2 outs. As Delvecchio, that is going to be lined, but it's going to hang for the left fielder to make the catch. Out number 3. 2 runs for the South in the bottom of the 8th. For the North, 4 to tie, 5 to take the lead. They'll have 7, 8, 9 here in the top of the 9th. Fly ball to right field off the bat of Banks for the first out. Now Sajima, grounder to third. Get there in time, 2 down for Cash Jr. Grounder to the shortstop, and that'll be out number 3. South takes game 1, 7-3, and I feel like the South are gonna win the prediction as well. Let's look. Yeah, not even close. At least the house didn't win. South do get the prediction as Hamilton had a game score of 56, Doc Rock 36. So some good points going out on that one. Let me also update our ticker. Hamilton will take the win, Rock the loss, Exos the save. Keith Hamilton is your player of the game. Do a safety save. How you doing, Cheeky? Hope you're doing well. This is going to be Jorbell Boykins and Chi Lee. Oh, A-Dub, you just had to pick a tongue twister. For me, it's a tongue twister. All right. What shall we do for the prediction this time? You know what? We'll do this. Who has more hits? Who has more hits? North, South, or tie? Give you about one last minute on the prediction before we get into game 2. So, Webby, since you have mod terms still, are you going to pay yourself? Are you going to pay out yourself for your redemption? Asking for a friend? Don't run to the chat so fast. Speaking of the prediction, let's go ahead and close it. Game 2. Game 2. Will the South take a 2-0 lead, or will the North tie it up? Warner to the plate to face Lee. Ball 4. Leadoff runner is on for the North. They'll bring up Thornton Jr. Runner going. Safe. And an error. Stolen base error will get Warner to third with no outs. And Thornton Jr. will get that by the center fielder into the gap. That's going to get the North on the board first. RBI double for Thornton. And that will be an earned run for Lee. Hard hit to third by Ganja, 1 out. Tra-la-la. Swing and a miss, 2 outs. And strike 3 called to justice. North getting on the board. Hit and an error in that inning. Go to the bottom of the first. Jones grounder to the shortstop, 1 out. Now Komanek grounder to second, 2 outs. Now bring up Jose. Grounder to second in time for the 3rd out. Go on to the second, 1-0 North. Next up is going to be Bleeker. Fly ball left, playable, caught. Now Banks. Fly ball to center field, caught for the 2nd out. Sajima popped up first base side, caught. 1-2-3 for the North, go to the bottom of the 2nd. It'll be McCanahan leading off for the South. Liner to left, but it's going to hang and be caught. 1 out, George. Fly ball deep right, but not deep enough. Caught in front of the track. 2 down, DeVecchio. Ball 4. Runner first 2 outs for Dalton Rose. And that's lined in a snare. Leaping grab by Warner to save a base hit. Off to the third, 9-1-2 up for the North. Liner caught. So top of the order to Warner. Liner, and that's also caught. 3 straight plays, all on lineouts. Thornton Jr. And that's a, oh my gosh. I don't know the last time I've ever seen, the last 4 outs in this game, all on lineouts to an infielder. 1-2-3, and we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. And Gambles will strike out. It'll end the line-out streak. Next up, Soprano with 1 out. Ground ball gets through to center field. So runner aboard, 1 out. Runner going, runner is safe. So now runner at second base with 1 out. Jones back to the pitcher, only plays the first base. Runner at second with 2 outs. Kominick. Grounder to second in time, and it now end the bottom of the third. Both sides with 1 hit, however, the North up by a run. It's Ganja fly ball deep center, but that will be caught for the first out. Next up, Tra-la-la, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Nobody on for justice. Called, strike 3. Pitchers duel early, leading off bottom of the 4th, Jose. And Jose hits that to center field, pretty well hit, but it'll be caught. 1 out brings up McCanahan. Grounder gets by the third baseman into left field. So 1 out, runner at first. George. Called, strike 3. Runner going. Runner's out by about a country mile. That'll end the inning. Del Vecchio will be back up in the bottom of the 5th. We'll go to the top of the 5th. Bleeker to lead off. Fly ball to left field. Caught for out number 1. Next up will be Banks. Grounder to first. They'll take an unassisted U3. Now Sajima. That's going to be in the left field for a base hit. Runner first, 2 outs for Cash Jr. Hard hit to third. They'll get the force at second. And we're halfway through game 2. Low scoring affair up to this point. 1-0 North. As Del Vecchio draws the leadoff walk. Runner first for Rose. Fly ball center field. And it gets by the center fielder. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. And now it's second and third. They're going to score that a double for Rose. Second and third, no outs. It's Gambles. Takes that in the back. And now the bases are loaded with no outs. Tony Soprano to the plate. And that is going to be over the left fielder. That's going to 1 bounce off the wall. 1 run scores. Second runner coming around will score. 2 RBI double for Soprano. South in front 2-1. Still no outs in the inning. Second and third. Jones top of the order. Ball 4. Bases loaded again with no outs. Kominick to the plate. Jose on deck. Grounder. Bobbled. Fumble bumble. Everybody is safe. 3-1. Bases still loaded, still no outs. Jose swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out now in the inning. McCanahan. Down the line, fair ball to the corner. 1 runs around. Second runner scores. Third runner will hold. Another 2 RBI double, this time by McCanahan. 5 runs in this bottom of the 5th. And still only 1 out in the inning. And George with a base hit. That's going to score both the runners. 7-1. 1 out, runner at first. South are trying to lay it on thick in this inning now. As Del Vecchio short fly ball to center field for the second out. As Rose ground ball to second. That'll be the third out, but not before the South put up a 7 spot. 7-1 South here in game 2. Top 6. Top of the order. Warner liner caught at second base. Or by the second baseman, I should say. Thornton Jr. now up. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. It's Ganja. That hit is hit deep to right, but it is going to be caught for out number 3. 6 innings of 1-run ball for Lee. Will go to the home half. 8-9-1 due up for the South. Liner caught at third. Man, a lot of lineouts in this game. 1 out, Soprano. Called strike 3, 2 outs. Top of the order now to Jones. Draws the walk. Runner first, 2 outs. Runner going. Safe. So runner second with 2 outs. Kominick still at the plate. Fly ball center field's going to go down in front of that. I don't know if I've seen that animation before. It made it look like it was going to go over the center field's head, and all of a sudden he just did a 360 and started running forward. Jose to the plate with a runner at second, 2 outs. It's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. South do get a run across on the Kominick RBI double. It is now 8-1 here in game 2. We'll go to the top of the inning to Tralala. Chopper to the shortstop over to first in time, 1 out. Next up's going to be Justice. Base hit up the middle. Lee is at 74 pitches. Well, I mean, it's up by 7. I imagine they're going to leave him in. They will. Popped up off the bat of Bleeker. Caught for the second out. Is Banks. Base hit the center field. And actually, they took out Lee, so it was Charlie Zhu pitching to Banks. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Sajima, that's going to be down for a base hit. 8-2. First and second, 2 outs. Cash Jr. swing and a miss, strike 3. And at the stretch here in game 2, South looking to cruise to a win and go up 2-0 in the best of 7. Is McGanahan chopper, and that's an infield hit. No play at all, just had to eat it. Is George chopper to first. There's 1, and it's going to be another 3-6 double play. 2 outs for Delvecchio. Chopper to third, and that'll end the inning. Top of the North order due up here on the top of the 8th. As Warner draws the leadoff walk. Next up, Thornton Jr. swinging a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Ganja, that's going to be down for a base hit. First and second, 1 out. Tralala. Called, strike 3. 2 outs, runners aboard. Justice, base hit up the middle. That's going to score a run, RBI single. It's 8-3. 1 swing of the bat by Bleeker here, and this game could get interesting again all of a sudden. Instead, it's going to be a pop-up. Who's going to get it to let the second baseman make the catch? North kind of chipping away at it. They're down by 5. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. As Rose swing and a miss. 1 out for Gambles. Liner caught again. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should have done the prediction over under like 7.5 lineouts. Soprano swing and a miss, strike 3. We'll go to the top of the 9th. It's going to be 7-8-9 due up for the North. And that's going to be to the gap off the bat of Banks. Leadoff double. Now Sajima. That's going to be down for a base hit. It's going to be runners in the corners with no outs. Brings up Cash Jr. And that's going to be down for a base hit. 8-4. Still no outs in this inning. Warner, top of the order. And that's going to be a base hit. So Thornton Jr., the tying run, is going to come to the plate with no outs. Could the North pull off an unbelievable comeback. That's deep. Is this tied? It is gone. This game is tied. Billy Bob Thornton Jr. with the game-tying grand slam and still not a single out in the top of the ninth. Liner caught in right field by Ganja. This is going to be one of the bigger comebacks we've seen in Prospect League. 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, 5 in the 9th. And that's deep, and it is gone. 6 runs in the top of the 9th, and the North have their second lead of the game. Tra-la-la with the home run. All of a sudden, the South are on their back foot as Justice grounds out for the second out. As Bleecker grounds out to the shortstop, and that's bobbled. They're going to score that an infield hit. They have batted around in the top of the 9th. Runner going, runner is safe. And that gets away. The wheels have fallen off the bus for the South in this top of the 9th. As Banks, slow roller to the second baseman, now finally end the inning. One of the more improbable comebacks you will ever see in Prospect League. And now, South need a run or two. Jones, that's deep, and it is caught at the track. 1 out. By the way, Jose is going to bat in this bottom of the 9th. As Kamenik, grounder to first, down to their final out. Jose has done it all for the South so far in this postseason. What will he do here? And it's going to be down for extra bases. Tying run at second base. That'll bring up McCanahan. Swing and a miss, strike 3 in the North, complete the comeback. Down 8-1 heading into the 7th. And that chart's actually correct. That is an accurate win-loss chart. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, North won the prediction. They got more hits. So, somebody won a lot of points. Somebody won a lot of points. North with 14 hits. And there will be no sweep in our final. Both sides one apiece. Rusamov will take the win, Exos the loss. Billy Bob Thornton Jr. Definitely needs to get player of the game. You tie it up with Grandson. They have 5 RBIs in this game. Do a double save there, and I believe we should have a travel day because it's usually 2-3-2. There we are. Now bring up game 3. I hope Webby's still around. It's going to be Pickle Riedemann against Barry Balls. What shall we do? What shall we do? You know what? I got an idea. There will not be a third option for anybody who's trying to give away points, unfortunately. So, over under 2.5 home runs. Over under 2.5 home runs. Have at it. As I've been doing all stream long, I'm going to give my voice a break, especially since we got at least 3 more games to go. Last call on the prediction. Oh, somebody went big on over. Don't see any more movement. Let's go ahead and close it. All right. Basically, this is a best of 5 now. Series tie 1 game apiece. We're going to Wrigley. North is the home team now. Showtime Jones leading off. And it's going to be a base hit up the middle. Leadoff runner is on for the South. Brings up Jose, who draws the walk. First and second, no outs. McCanahan. That's down for a base hit. A run's going to score. RBI single for McCanahan. 1-0 South. Still no outs in this inning. As George hits that to the gap. All the way to the Ivy. It will score a run. 2-0. Second and third. Still no outs. Now Kominick. And that is caught in center field. It's deep enough though to bring in a run. Sac fly. First out of the inning. 3-0 South brings up Del Vecchio. And that's going to be down for a base hit. Runner had to check up. So runners in the corners. 1 out, Dalton Rose. And that is down for a base hit. 4-0 South. Oh, here we go again. Out at second for the second out. I certainly hope I will never see that animation again when OTP 27 comes out in like a month. As Gambles will line out to third for the third out. 4 runs, though, in the top of the first for the South. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Top of the order, Warner. Liner to center, but it's going to hang and be caught by the outfielder. Next up, Thornton Jr. That is sky high. Shortstop under it. Makes the catch. 2 down. Now, Ganja. Fly ball deep center. Caught at the track. 1-2-3 inning. Go to the top of the second. Soprano leading off. Called strike 3, 1 out. We'll go to the top of the order to Jones. Grounder to the shortstop. Just in time for the second out. So next up will be Jose. And Jose with a fly ball to center field. That's caught for out number 3. Still 4-0 game. Go to the bottom of the second. It's tra-la-la. And that is going to be down for a base hit. Leadoff runner on for the North. Justice ground ball to second. There's one double play. 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs, nobody on. Is Bleeker? Oh, it's bobbled. That is going. Actually, they're going to give him an infield hit. Not an error. Infield hit for Bleeker. Runner going. Safe. Now Sajima. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 4-0 South will go to the third. As McCanahan called strike 3. Next up is George. Lazy fly ball center field. Caught for the second out. Next up, Kominick. And that's to the gap. It's going to roll all the way to the Ivy. He's going for 3. Out at third base. Got a little greedy trying to turn that into a triple. We'll go to the bottom of the third, 8-9-1, due up for the North. Sajima fly ball to center field and caught for the first out. Next up's going to be Cash Jr. And that is out number 2. Struck him out. Top of the order to Warner. And that is going to stay in the park and caught by the center fielder. Still 4-0 South lead going to the top of the fourth. As Del Vecchio pops it up, foul ground, first base side catcher will make the play, 1 out. Brings up Dalton Rose, and that's a pop up along the first baseline. Second baseman will make the play. 2 outs now in the inning for Gambles. Fly ball center field. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom 4 now. Thornton Jr. leading off, and it's a 1-around strike 3. So 1 out for Ganja. Swing and a miss. They're going to have to go to first to complete the strikeout, and they do. 2 outs for Tralala. And it's a base hit center field. Keeps the inning going for Justice. And that's hit to deep center, but it's not going to be deep enough, caught in front of the track to retire the side. 9-1-2 due up here in the top of the 5th. Soprano, strike 3 called, 1 out. Top of the order, Jones popped up by the first base bag, and they'll make the catch, 2 outs. Jose now, nobody on, 2 outs. And that is not coming back. Gone. 422 feet for Jose. 3rd home run of the postseason. Extends the lead 5-0. So there's 1 home run towards the prediction. As McGanahan will get a base hit to center field. Runner first, 2 outs, George. Grounder to the second baseman, out number 3. Halfway through Game 3, South with a 5-run lead. But as we saw in Game 2, no lead is really safe. As Bleeker lines out to the third baseman for the first out. Banks called, strike 3. Now Sajima. Liner to deep left, and it's going to go off the very top of the ivy. 2-out double. Cash Jr. grounder to the shortstop. And they'll make the play for out number 3. 5 shutout innings for Pickle Riedemann. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Kamenik. Base hit to left field, and that actually gets by the left field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. It's going to be a leadoff double. So runner at second, no outs. Next up, Del Vecchio. Runner going. Oh, my goodness. That is a little too greedy, especially with no outs. Wasn't really necessary, as Del Vecchio will ground to the shortstop for out number 2. Dalton Rose next up, and that's going to be a base hit center field. Gamble swing and a miss, strike 3 through 5.5. Still 5-0 game for the South. Top of the North order here in the bottom of the 6th. Warner drawing the walk, so runner at first base to lead off. And that's it for Riedemann. They're going to take him out for Falcon. We'll get Thornton Jr. to pop out in foul ground. 1 out. Ganja fly ball to deep right, but it will be caught. 2 outs. Next up is going to be Tralala. And safe at second base. Grounder to the shortstop, and that'll be out number 3. Going on to the seventh, 9-1-2 due up. Soprano. Swing and a miss. Strike three, one out. Top of the order now to Jones. Fly ball right field. Caught for the second out. Now Jose. Got him. And that will retire the side at the stretch here in game three. South with a 5-0 lead at the moment. And it's going to be a leadoff single for Justice here in the bottom of the seventh. Bleeker struck out looking. One out. Banks. Runner going. Safe. And an error. So he's going to be at third base with one out. That should be deep enough to bring in the run, and it will. North on the board. 5-1 South, nobody on, 2 outs. And a base hit for Sajima. Keeps the inning going for Cash Jr. And that's a fly ball. Center fielder did not even have to take a step. North do get on the board. They're down by 4, but as I mentioned earlier, no lead feels safe after what we saw in game 2. As McGanahan deep to right field, but not deep enough. 1 out in the 8th. Now George pop up, caught for out number 2. I'm just as a quick aside, every time I see T. George, just because I'm a racing fan, I think of Tony George, who at one point was like leading IndyCar series. Don't ask me why, as Komenick strikes out to end the top of the 8th. We'll go to the bottom of the inning. Top of the order, Warner. Liner to right, caught for the first out. Next up, Thornton Jr. Ball 4. Runner at first with 1 out. Ganja popped up by the first base bag. Makes the catch, 2 down. It's Tralala. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 6-7-8 due up for the South in the top of the 9th. Del Vecchio leading off. Grounder to the second baseman, 1 out. Dalton Rose, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Gambles gets it through to right field for a hit. So runner aboard, 2 outs for Soprano. Grounder to the shortstop, they'll get the force at second base to retire the side. 4 to tie, 5 to win for the North in the bottom of the 9th. 5-6-7 due up. Swing and a miss by Justice, 1 out. Now Bleeker, swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Banks, grounder to second, and that will end the game. South pitching this time hangs on. 5-1 here in game 3. They'll take the 2-1 series lead. Some dude named Pickle Riedemann will get the win, going 5+. Barry Balls will take the loss, and the game's being too nice to Webby. He got player of the game. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. By the way, only 1 home run, so the unders will get the win in the prediction. A lot of people be getting Twitch points today. By the way, Webby, just saying, since you pitched game 3, if this does go 7, you would be pitching game 7. Just saying. Just saying. What prediction should we do next? I don't make the rules. It's divine intervention. You know what? I want to keep it simple. I'm just gonna keep it simple. KISS, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. Who wins? Who wins? South or North? Have at it, and I'll be back in a couple. And actually, I don't remember if I did, so let me do a safety save. That's better. All right. Last call on the prediction. Man, did I keep it too simple? Did I make the prediction too simple? Usually when there's not very many people putting in points, that means I kept it too simple. South would be in the catbird seat if they can get a win in this one. However, North, with the home field advantage, could make this series a best of 3 with a win. It'll be interesting because the South will be setting up their third pitcher in the rotation, Mark Jackson. The ace for the North is pitching in Kennedy, who had a really good outing in the game 5 to get the North here. Predictions up. Let's go ahead and get this started. Oh, by the way, just to throw it out there, wind blowing in from center at 13. So will we see a lot of offense in this game? We'll find out. Jones leading off, swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Now that'll bring up Kominick. Called strike 3. 2 outs now for Jose. And that is sky high in the infield. Caught by the second baseman, 1-2-3 inning. Warner leading off the bottom of the first for the North. Grounder to second, 1 out. That'll bring up Thornton Jr. Called strike 3, 2 down. Next up will be Tralala. Chopper to first. 1-2-3 inning as well. McCanahan will lead off the top of the second. And that is deep, and it is gone. We'll just take what I said 2 minutes ago and throw that out the window. Solo dinger for McCanahan. 1-0 South. Here in the top of the second. Next up is George. And that's a base hit to center field. Still no outs in the inning. It's Delvecchio back to the pitcher. They're going to go to second with it just in time for the first out of the inning. Still runner first, this time with 1 out. Dalton Rose, grounder to the shortstop. There's one. They're going to get the double play, 6-4-3 to retire the side. South, however, do get a run on the home run. We'll go to the home half. 4-5-6 due up for the Eggnogs. It'll be Ganja Smoke. Fly ball center field caught for out number 1. Now Justice. Chopper to third. 2 down. It's Bleeker. Liner caught by the second baseman. 1-2-3. 8-9-1 due up for the South here in the top of the third. As Gambles will take the strikeout. Next up, Soprano. Liner, that's going to bloop into right field for a hit. Runner aboard, 1 out. Top of the order, Jones, ground ball. They'll get the out at second. That's all they will get. It'll be a fielder's choice. 2 outs now in the inning. Runner first for Kominick. Runner going. Safe. So runner at second with 2 outs. Back to the pitcher. And they'll make the play. Same score will go to the bottom of the third, bottom of the North order. And Banks will lead off with a base hit to left field. Runner first for Sajima. And that gets away from the catcher. And that's going to be scored a wild pitch. Runner at second base now, no outs. That's popped up. And that's going to hang enough for the shortstop to run out and make the catch. Still only 1 out in the inning as Cash Jr. grounded to third, keeps the runner at second. 2 outs, top of the order now to Warner. Ball 4. First and second, 2 outs. Thornton Jr. fly ball to right field. And that's caught for out number 3. North leave 2 stranded. Go to the top of the fourth. Jose leading off. And it's a slow roller to the shortstop for the first out. McCanahan Takes the strikeout, 2 down. George, chopper up the middle, that's going to go through for a base hit. Runner first, 2 outs, Delvecchio. Grounder to third, they'll get the force at second to retire the side. With the wind the way that it is, this has pretty much been a pitcher's duel early on. It's tra-la-la, fly ball to right, caught, 1 out. Now Ganja, that's right up against that wind to center field. 2 down. Justice also right at the wind to center field. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Top 5, Dalton Rose. Popped up right by home plate for the first out. His gambles, that's going to be bleed into right field for a hit. Runner at first, 1 out for Soprano. Runner going, and the runner safe. Runner in scoring position now with 1 out. Strike 3 called, 2 down. Top of the order to Jones. Popped up. And that'll be caught for the 3rd out. Halfway through game 4. South with a very slim 1-0 lead. As Bleeker leads off the bottom of the 5th with a grounder right to the first baseman. 1 out for Banks. Grounder to third. That's in time. 2 down in the inning. Sajima. Grounder to the shortstop. 1-2-3 inning again for the North. And already we're heading off to the 6th inning. Kamenik leading off, and that's ball 4. Leadoff walk. Runner aboard. No outs for Jose. And Jose deep left, but not deep enough. Wind might have had a little something to do with that one. 1 out, runner at first. McCanahan. That's going to be down for a base hit to left field. First and second with 1 out. Brings up George. Chopper to the second baseman. There's 1. They're not going to turn 2, so that'll allow Delvecchio to the plate. Fielder's choice. Called, strike 3. So the South leaving a couple stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 9-1-2 due up. Cash Jr. called, strike 3. Top of the order to Warner. Ball 4. Runner goes to first with 1 out. Thornton Jr. popped up behind home plate, call for the 2nd out. Next up will be Tra-la-la. Runner going and safe. So runner at second, 2 outs. As Tra-la-la hits that sky high. Right by the second base bag. Caught. We are flying through game 4. There's not been a lot to speak of. Top of the 7th, Rose, liner, caught by the second baseman. And Gambles will draw the walk. So runner at first with 1 out. That's it for Kennedy. Al Duggar now, and that's going to be to the corner. Soprano, they're going to send the runner from first. It's an RBI double. South with a big insurance run. It's 2-0. Still only 1 out in the inning. And that is not coming back. Showtime Jones. Against the wind and everything, a 2-run dinger. 4-0 South in the top of the 7th. First home run, first RBIs in the postseason for Showtime Jones. As Kamenik to center field for a base hit. Runner first, 1 out for Jose. Grounder to the shortstop. There's 1. They're not going to turn 2. Fielder's choice. McCanahan. Runner going. Jose with another stolen base. Grounder to third. They'll go to first with it, and that'll take us to the stretch. South with potentially 3 big runs. They're now up by 4, trying to take a 3-1 series lead. Gondolating off the bottom of the 7th, and that's lined to right, but it's going to be caught on the run. 1 out for Justice. Slow roller in front of home plate, and they'll complete the out at first. 2 outs for Bleecker. Grounded to first, and they'll make the play for out number 3. 5, 6, 7 due up for the South here in the top of the 8th. George. And that is going to be on the run, makes the catch in right field, 1 out. Next up, Del Vecchio. Sky high in the infield. Who's going to get it? Let the shortstop make the catch for the 2nd out. Dalton Rose draws the walk. Inning will continue on for Gambles. Runner going, safe. First stolen base of the postseason for Rose as Gambles hits that to left for out number 3. Going to the bottom of the 8th, bottom of the North order, Banks, Sajima, Cash Jr. As Banks flies that out to right, 1 out. Sajima, and that's going to be only the 2nd hit of the game for the North. Runner at first, 1 out, Cash Jr. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. We'll go to the top of the order to Warner. Liner and caught by the 2nd baseman for out number 3. 4-0 South. We go on to the 9th. It'll be Soprano leading off. Popped up first base side and caught. 1 out. Top of the order to Jones. Ball 4. Runner at first, 1 out. Komenick. Runner going, and runner's out by about 3 country miles. I wonder if that was supposed to be a hit and run, and they didn't get the hit down. This Komenick is going to get a base hit to right field. Oh, he's going for 2. He's going to get the double. Hustle double. So runner at 2nd base, 2 outs for Jose. Strike 3 called. Last chance for the North to potentially tie up the series. 4 to tie, 5 to win the game. As Thornton Jr. pokes one through to right field for a hit. Next up, Tralala. Fly ball center field, caught on the run, 1 out. Ganja Smoke. Oh, no, but gets away first. So runner at 2nd with 1 out. Takes away the double play opportunity. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Down to their final out in this game. It'll be Justice. Grounder to the shortstop, and they will make the play at first base in the South. Go up 3-1 in the series. A combined 3-hitter for South pitching. Jackson going 6 innings of 1-hit baseball. He'll get the win. Kennedy will take the hard luck loss. Mark Jackson is your player of the game. And the South are 1 win away from the championship. Go ahead and pay out that prediction real quick. If I can type. Will the South win the championship? Will the South win the championship? Because they are 1 win away. So another way you could look at it is will they win this game? Give y'all a couple minutes on that one. Last chance on the prediction. Last chance. Will if the South win, they win it all. If the North win, it'll force a game 6. Every other game after this one, South will head to Globe Life Park. Don't see any more movement, so I'm going to go ahead and close it. Alrighty. Wind blowing in from left at 12 this time. Let's head to the park. Game 5. As Jones leads off with a grounder to third, 1 out. Next up will be Kamenik, and that bleeds into right field for a hit. Runner at first, 1 out for Jose. Grounder to the second baseman. And they'll only get the play. They only get to play at second base. Fielder's choice, 1 out or 2 outs. Runner first for McGannahan. Runner going safe. So now a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Ball 4. First and second, 2 outs. George. Fly ball right field, playable and caught for the third out. South leave a couple stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Warner. Shallow fly ball center field. Out number 1. Next up, Thornton Jr. Grounded right at the first baseman for out number 2. Next up, Ganja. Popped up. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. 6-7-8 to over the South. Tony Del Vecchio. And that's the center field, and that's going to get by the center field. It's going to 1 bounce off the ivy. Leadoff double for Del Vecchio. Now bring up the catcher, Rose. Liner caught by the second baseman. Del Vecchio gets back to the base. 1 out. Gambles. Strike 3 called. The Sopranos swing and a miss. Strike 3. So they will leave the runner stranded at second base. We go to the home half. Tra-la-la leading off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 out. Now Justice. Chopper to the second baseman. Over first. 2 outs. And Bleeker. Fly ball center field. That is caught for out number 3. 1-2-3 again for the North. Already off to the top of the third, top of the South order. Jones grounded to first. That'll be unassisted. 1 out. Kamenik gets it through to left field for a hit. Runner aboard with 1 out again for Jose. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down in the inning. McGannahan draws the walk. First and second, 2 outs for George. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. No score. Going to the bottom of the third, bottom of the North order. Banks pops that up. First base side, caught. 1 out. Sajima, swing and a miss. Strike 3, 2 down. Now left fielder Cash Jr. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Already off to the fourth. Goose eggs for our score. It's Del Vecchio. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 out. Next up, Rose. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 6 strikeouts now for Rock. Now bring up Gambles. That is deep, and it is gone. Pookie Gambles with their first home run of the postseason. South strike first, 1-0. Now bring up Soprano with 2 outs, and that's a shallow fly ball to center field. In fact, the shortstop's going to be the one to make the catch to retire the side. However, the South on the board first. They're up by a run. Top of the North order now. Warner, swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out now for Thornton Jr. Fly ball center field, caught for the 2nd out. Now Ganja. That's to the gap, but Jose is under it. He gets it at the track for out number 3. Another 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the top of the 5th, top of the South order. Chopper to first, unassisted for the out is Jones. Kamenick called, strike 3, 2 outs. Now Jose with base hit. They'll keep the inning going. Next up, McCanahan. Called, strike 3, and we are halfway through Game 5. South with a slim 1-0 lead. It'll be Tralala leading off the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 5th strikeout for Hamilton. Now Justice, chopper to second base, 2 outs. Is Bleeker right at the throw? It's bobbled. They're going to score that an error, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. Runner going, and it is safe at second base. As Banks is center field, that is caught for the 3rd out. We've played 5. South will not face the minimum. And I'll also just leave it at that. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Is George, grounder to second. 1 out. Next up will be Del Vecchio. And that'll draw the walk. Runner at first with 1 out. Rose up the middle. Oh, it's smothered. That's going to be scored an infield hit. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Gambles. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Soprano, grounder to the shortstop. They'll get the force at second, and that'll take us to the bottom of the 6th. I think it's safe to say we've got a bit of a pitcher's duel in progress, even though I believe both, well, North is already in their bullpen. Sajima leads off with a swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Cash Jr. called, strike 3, 2 outs. Top of the order to Warner. Grounder to the shortstop, and that will complete the 6th inning. A 1-2-3 inning. Off to the 7th we go. Top of the order for Jones. And that took a weird carry. It is going to be an infield hit. Leadoff runner on for Kamenick. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Jose, runner going, out by about 2 country miles. Nobody on, 2 outs for Jose. And a fly ball down the left field line, caught for the 3rd out. We are already at the stretch, and 1-0. 1-0 South. Thornton Jr. leading off. Grounder to second. There's 1 out. Ganja. That is going to be down for a base hit. I was doing my best biting my tongue. The no-no will end at 6 1/3. Runner going. Now the tying run's at second base with 1 out. Popped up, shallow center. That's going to be caught for out number 2. Justice, fly ball left field, and that is going to retire the side. Still a barn burner heading into the 8th. 1-0 is still the score. McCanahan lead off top of the 8th. That is sky high. Third base side caught, 1 out. Now George to right field, caught. 2 down in the inning for Delvecchio. Base hit to left. Keeps the inning going for Rose. Fly ball right field, that is caught for out number 3. Bottom of the 8th, 6, 7, 8, due up for the North. It's Bleeker, grounds it right to third base side. 1 out. Next up is Banks. Fly ball center field. Caught for out number 2. Sajima. Base hit center field. Tying run is aboard. Cash Jr. to the plate. And that's a base hit. Tying run is... Oh, well, wait a minute. Nope, they're going to third. So the tying runs at third base, the leading runs at second base for Warner. Ball 4, which may not be the end of the world. It is 2 outs, so you do have a force at every plate now. Thornton Jr. to center field, but it's caught on the run. North will leave them loaded. They will have one last chance in the bottom of the 9th. Meanwhile, the South are looking for some insurance. 8 hits, but only 1 run to speak of. As Gambles will fly that to center field for the first out. Now, Soprano, that's to deep left center, but it will be caught. Top of the order to Jones. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and it comes down to this. 1-0 going to the bottom of the 9th. 3, 4, 5 due up for the North. Ganja leading off. Called strike 3 at the knees. 2 out, or 1 out, I should say. Tra-la-la. Grounder to the second. In time, and they're down to their final out. It'll be Justice. Called strike 3, and the South win a duel. 1-0 games do not happen very often in Prospect League. But the South will win for the first time in like 11 seasons. But we're not done yet. We got business. We got some other business we need to take care of before we call it a day. Hamilton with the win. Rock the loss. Exos the save. Hamilton's your player of the game. We got several pieces of business we need to do. First of all, McCanahan is your World Series MVP. Safety save. Can never do enough safety saves. We got awards. Yes, we have awards. And in fact, actually, hold on. Let me go back to that because I'm going to need that here after the stream. So the thingamabobs will be back for next season of Prospect League. Also, don't forget, in about 3 hours from now, y'all will find out what minor league teams y'all will be drafted to. So stay tuned for that. It's probably easier if I go this way. Or is it here? It is here. Actually, no. Why is there no mail? used to just show me there. Hang on. Because I don't, it won't, there we go. I was like, I knew there was a way to do it. Gold Gloves. Gold Gloves. Nathan Murphy at second. Matt Buster at third. Goro Majima at shortstop. Theodore Batsmith in left field. Um, Relief pitcher is usually the one award that usually is pretty tough for any of our prospects to get because we have so many NPCs as relievers. So it looks like nobody got votes there. Silver Sluggers. Dalton Rose for catcher, Bob's Big Boy for first. Somehow the commish got one for second base. Boo. Just kidding. Majima at shortstop, Batsmith in left field, Trevor Torrey for DH. Pitcher of the year, Lee will get third, getting 13 points. Dubois gets, I believe that's sixth, with 2 votes. And I think this is the first time in forever and a half that we've had a prospect actually get MVP. It's going to be Dalton Rose getting MVP. Trevor Torrey second, Big Boy third, Justice sixth. Well, hey, you got not right. Okay, I almost thought you got more. I mean, you got MVP votes. You got some MVP votes. Dano Sudam getting votes. Banks also getting votes. And that is it. We're done. We are done. Prospect League is pow. Thank you to Punk, who is not here. Punk's, I believe, out of town this weekend. But thank you to Punk for making me look smart, except for that one day where I made a boo-boo and opened the wrong thing. Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, minor league draft. Tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. I believe it's Don Marcus hosting it as well. The regular PBE awards. I don't remember what day the Tahini is. Does anybody remember offhand, by chance, when the Tahini is? I know next week we got spring training, part 1 Thursday, part 2 1 week from today. Then the week after that is opening day. But with that being said, we're done. We're gonna go raid. Let's go raid ESC. We'll send y'all over to ESC, one of our fellow Out of the Park affiliates, who is doing some Out of the Park right now. Hope y'all had a good time Prospect League. And again, I apologize that we had to do this slightly later, but hopefully we've had, this is more palatable. Because I know we have a lot of international friends as well, so hopefully this time was a little bit easier for y'all to watch and tune in. But hopefully y'all have a good weekend. Good luck to everybody in the draft here in a few hours, and we'll see y'all later.